Once upon a time lived Alhaji Ibrahim, a businessman known for his wisdom and success. He had three sons, Hassan, Aliyu, and Isa, whom he groomed from a very young age to be successful in the future. Alhaji Ibrahim had a wife named Aishatu, who saw to the running of the home and a few other businesses. His eldest son, Hassan, was very ambitious and sharp. His middle son, Aliyu, was creative and resourceful. And his youngest son, Isa, a fearful and hesitant person who avoided making mistakes. One day, Alhaji Ibrahim decided it was time to test his three sons. He wanted to see who was ready to carry on his legacy. "My sons," he said, "have worked hard to build this family's empire, but the future lies with you. I will give each of you a sum of money. Your task is simple. Use it wisely and grow it." Alhaji Ibrahim handed Hassan 20 million naira, a large amount fit for the eldest. To Aliyu, he gave 10 million naira, trusting his creative instincts. And finally, to Isa, he gave 5 million naira, a small amount, but enough to test his judgment. But father, what if I lose it?" Isa asks hesitatingly. "What you do with it is up to you, Isa," his father replied. And with that, Alhaji Ibrahim embarked on a 3-year journey, leaving his sons to prove themselves. The three sons began to ponder on the way to making the best of the capitals received. Hassan, the eldest son, wasted no time. He thought, "The future lies in tech and sustainable agriculture. With strategic investment and partnerships, I can double this money in no time." Aliyu, the middle son, also thought to himself, "Nigerians love good food, but they also love convenience. What if I get into a food truck business that will bring fresh snacks to people on the go?" Meanwhile, Isa, the youngest, overwhelmed by fear, thought, "It's better to be safe than sorry." Hassan, confident in his skills, researched the best opportunities, and soon he invested in a rising tech startup and bought shares in a fast-growing agricultural company. Aliyu took a different approach and decided to start a food truck business. And soon he opened a restaurant, experimenting with recipes and serving customers, promoting his businesses online, and before long, his food truck became a local favorite, as was his restaurant. But Isa, afraid of losing the little he had, thought, "If I bury this money, at least I won't lose it." Days turned into weeks, months into years, and Isa avoided taking any risks. While his brothers worked hard, he spent his time lounging and taking selfies and making excuses when anybody asked. 3 years later, Alhaji Ibrahim returned, eager to see what his sons had achieved. First, he met with Hassan, the eldest. "Hassan, tell me what you've done with the money I gave you," he asked. "Father, I invested in tech and agriculture. The startup I funded has taken off, and the shares I bought have tripled in value. I have turned the 20 million naira into 60 million naira. His father nods in approval, saying, "Impressive, Hassan. You have indeed shown vision and courage. Well done." Next in turn was Aliyu. "Aliyu, what about you? What did you do with the money I gave you?" Father asked. "Father, I used the money to start a food truck business and a restaurant. It's now amongst the most popular in the area, and I have earned 14 million naira in profit." "Well done, Aliyu. You've proven that creativity and hard work go a long way. Well done." Finally, Alhaji Ibrahim met with his last son, Isa. "Isa, what have you done with the money I gave you?" I didn't want to lose it. So I buried it. Here it is, Father, untouched." "You buried it? You did nothing with the money I gave you? While your brothers took risks and worked hard, you let fear paralyze you?" But Father, I didn't lose anything." "Oh, you did. You lost far more than money, Isa. You lost a chance to prove yourself." "Oh, Isa, fear builds nothing. Only action does." Alhaji Ibrahim angrily collected the money and handed it over to Hassan. "To those who make the most of what they are given, more will be entrusted. But to those who waste the opportunities, even what little they have will be taken away." As the family moved forward and Isa found himself mostly alone, his father's words echoed in his mind. Fear builds nothing. Thank you for watching Bible Made Simple. Let's talk about the three sons. The significance of the capital Alhaji Ibrahim gave his three sons can be likened to talents and opportunities, which I have to say are like plants or seeds that should be nurtured, watered, and cultivated into producing substance. Anything short of that is counterproductive, as we see in Isa's story. Key lessons to take away from the story. 1. Fear paralyzes progress. Just as Isa decided to bury his money for fear of failure, most of us today avoid taking risks because of the fear of failure. 2. Action builds success. In today's fast-paced and competitive world, sitting down, folding your arms, and waiting for things to happen, it's no good. We must take active steps towards our goals. The story of the three sons challenges us to reflect on how we use what we have been given. One son was handed 20 million naira, another was handed 10, another was handed 5. We cannot all start the same way. So that gift, that talent, that's capital, whatever it is, how do we use it? I look forward to reading your insights and interpretation in the comments. See you next week. God bless.